that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Levioso!
Good. Now, the basic. Well done. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Protego!
Easy.
Stupid
Protego. Complicates things.
Stupid Levioso!
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it. Must be your first duel. Let's just say I'm a quick learner. Stupid.
You're good.
Now, Protego. Stupid one. Levioso. Levioso. Can't be good at it, can't you? I know. Levioso.
Almost all of these students with this adept. I do enjoy life duel.
Levioso. Stupid one. Levioso. Stupid one. Levioso.
Use the basic cast when your opponent's guard is down. Try to anticipate your opponent's next move.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel. You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Revelio.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Revelio.
Leviosa! Revelio.
I think I'll go for a quick sprint on my broom after class tonight. I find it helps stimulate my mind, especially if we've had a class with Professor Binns.
I practice doing a loop-de-loop on my broom all summer. What a waste of time.
Nothing beats a leisurely evening flight.
The Chudley Cannons are going to be unbeatable next season. You just wait and see.
Why do we even have flying if Professor Black cancelled Quidditch?
I met some of my best friends in flying. Nothing creates a bond like thinking you're all about to die.
I don't send many owls to myself, but it is nice to get them. What? Don't look at me like that.
Do all of the professors have their own owls? I imagine they must send a lot of letters. Likely to the ministry.
Owls fascinate me. They have a lot of responsibility in the Wizarding world. Imagine all the walking we'd have to do if we didn't have owls to deliver our post.
I used to write to my parents every week. Now I can't remember the last time I sent them an owl. Wonder if they know I'm still alive.
There are a few students here I'd like to send a howler to.
Wish I'd brought a pet owl to school. Don't misunderstand, I adore my toad. At least somewhat. Don't suppose you want a toad?
My mother sent me a howler after I got a paw on my transfiguration owl. Without a doubt, one of the most embarrassing moments of my life.
Sharp caught me making faces behind his back. It was awful. Not to mention using so many house points.
I was a late bloomer. My parents thought I was going to be a squib. Family still tease me about it.
I'm uncomfortable with the size of my legs. Well, you were asking the other day, so I'm telling you.
Since when should it matter what anyone looks like? Surely it's about cleverness? Or wealth?
Well, my father naturally assumed I'd be a strong seeker just like him. I say thank Merlin Quidditch was cancelled.
Do you think I have a big forehead? You can be honest.
I took my copy of 1000 Magical Herbs and Fungi to Herbology and I left it in the greenhouse by the mandrake seedlings. Sharp was horrified I didn't have it for his class. Said I need to get my priorities straight.
If those bouncing bulbs get big, they can be quite strong. I'd keep an eye you don't get one that's too mature, or we'll be having to cast the fire-making spell, and I'm sure that won't go over well if Garlic tells Black.
Any of you know where I can find some leaping toadstools?
Something so peaceful about tending to magical plants. Venomous Tentacular being a notable exception.
I need to get some dragonhide gloves for herbology. I refuse to handle Chinese chomping cabbages with bare hands.
I've never had difficulties with bouncing bulbs. Simple knockback jinx on hand's all you need.
Why won't she just let us use gillyweed? What's the point of even learning about herbology if we can't get ourselves into some trouble with gillyweed? If I haven't personally met a mermaid by the end of term, I can tell you I shan't be happy. That reminds me, did Scribner say we could borrow the book overnight? Or that we'd get detention if we had it out overnight?
What does it matter whether we even do our homework? I just want to be a baker on Carnaby Street. I don't think that even requires magic.
It all baffles me. Take Moonstone. Whoever came up with using Moonstone in a potion. Yes, but what good is the knowledge?
When you really think about it.
I'm still struggling with antidotes. It's startling to me that so many of them use worm drinks. I'll be sure never to go into that line of work.
Not sure we should study for the astronomy exam in the library. Might be better off outdoors where we can see the stars.
Professor Howland's going to quiz us on rare water beasts next week. can't wait to tell her I actually saw a Kelpian island over the summer.
Madam Scribner doesn't tolerate any nonsense, so I find the library's the best place for concentration, as long as she doesn't hear you breathe.
It's good Black's children are too young to attend Hogwarts. I'd hate it if my father was headmaster. What was the Ministry thinking, putting Black in charge of a bunch of children? He hates children. Professor Weasley must be exhausted doing her job as well as the headmaster's. We're lucky to have her.
I wish there was something I could do to stand up to the headmaster. Likely best to keep my head down till I finish up here.
I think transfiguration is hard.
Revelio.
I swear we'd be more uplifted in potions if it were taught by Dementors. You know it does help to make everything stirring.
Revelio.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
What do you want?
I wonder how many...
What the heck is? Get away from me!
Revelio.
Any news about Black?
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it, You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Eh?